Welcome to our mental health moment. Last time I talked about how powerful hope is for our spirits. Hope being defined not as just wishing, but as a life-shaping certainty. Today I want to talk about what could be considered the opposite of that kind of hope, fear and anxiety. In contrast to a life-shaping certainty, anxiety and fear are marked by deep uncertainty. Uncertainty about this moment, about our lives, about the world around us. I've read, although I would have to admit that I haven't actually counted them myself, but that the words "do not fear" are in the Bible 365 times. I think that the fact that they are in the Bible 365 times, one for each day of the year, indicates several things to us. The first is how badly we need to hear those words, "do not fear." And the second is that God understands how deeply afraid we are, and that how being human really is a fearful and fragile thing for us. The most common mental health problem in our country is by far anxiety disorders. That has been true for years, and I can't imagine what is true now, except more of that. But if you've struggled with anxiety, you don't need me to tell you that being afraid can so easily just become a way of life. Sometimes I find myself afraid of the big things. Someone close to me dying, bad things happening to my children. And then sometimes I worry about what would be considered smaller, but no less anxiety-provoking things, like not being good enough at my job, whether or not my voice is annoying on this recording, comparing myself to those people that are doing things like learning a new language or getting their doctorate while they're in this time of isolation. You know what I'm saying, or at least statistically, at least 20% of you do. If you're paying attention to your body, just as I was talking to about my own anxiety, you may have noticed that in response to what I was saying, that your body tightened up. Your breathing became more shallow. Or maybe you even started to hold your breath. Maybe you crossed your arms or tightened your fists. These are all things that we do under stress and anxiety. The experience of fear and anxiety not only has emotional effects on us, but it has profound physical effects. Being aware of your body reactions can be also an invitation to stop and notice, to pause and take a deep, intentional breath. So let's practice. Take a deep breath in, hold it, and breathe out. There's a breathing technique that's called the 4-7-8 technique, where you breathe in through your nose gently for 4 seconds. You hold that breath for 7 seconds, and then release it and breathe out through your mouth more forcefully for 8. This is considered to be a natural tranquilizer for your body. So I would encourage you, if you find yourself at moments aware of anxiety, aware of tightness, aware of your breathing being shallow, to try several cycles of the 4-7-8 technique. And you may need to adjust it for what's more comfortable for you, which is fine. But in our fight, flight, freeze response, which is always part of fear and anxiety, our breathing always becomes shallow and sometimes stops. So when we pause and breathe in, we literally communicate to our bodies and our nervous systems in that moment, you are safe, just by breathing. So breathe in, breathe out, you are safe. I will leave you with this last beautiful thought. The word for breath in both Hebrew and Greek is also the word for spirit. It is the very breath of God, the Spirit that gives life that is in you.